Hey guys, it's Michael. I have a quick update for you on the second stimulus package from the White House. New reports just came out that the White House is discussing 5 different options for a second stimulus package. Some of these options are good and include monthly and weekly stimulus check. Other options are not so good, and they're tax credits. So we're going to go over all of these options and what exactly is going on in the White House with the second stimulus package in today's video. But before we get started, I want to remind you guys that we're doing a giveaway, a $50 free stock giveaway. I announced it in my video earlier today, but if you didn't see that video, all you need to do to be eligible for this giveaway is like the video down below, be subscribed to my channel, and comment down below the 3 stocks I mentioned at the end of today's video. If you don't want to do that, you can still go ahead and get 2 free stocks right now if you download the Webull investing app using my link down below. Anyways, before we get into the 5 options of what the White House is currently discussing for a second stimulus package, I want to give you guys some background of why these options are being discussed and what exactly is going on with the second stimulus package. So currently, we all know that Mitch McConnell said that this stimulus package will be the final stimulus package. The size and scope of this final package, which the White House aides predict won't be completed until July, will depend partly on the success of state-level reopening, what goes on there, and whether the economic downturn begins to reverse or if we see another reversal and the economy start to get worse again. So it'll greatly be affected by whether or not we see states reopening and that goes well, or if we will see the economy start to go back down and a second wave of cases come again. So that is the most important aspect of how big the second stimulus package will be and when we will see it pass. So anyways, as of right now, White House officials are continuing to bet on a V-shaped recovery of the economy, with the economy rebounding during the summer and continuing to grow into the next year, and everything will be fine. That is what White House officials are betting on, which is a V-shaped recovery. Senior administration officials say that we've been through the rescue phase and now we're in the transitional reopening phase. And I think generally speaking, we will move into the growth incentive phase for the future of the economy. So basically what he's saying is we've already seen the worst of everything. We've already seen the rescue phase, and that's over. Now what these senior administration officials are saying is that now we need to see a growth phase. Now we need to see a transitional phase from reopening, and that's where we are right now. So that is why we've seen a lot of talks about the second stimulus package, because right now they said that first package was more designed to keep people at home during stay-at-home orders. But they're saying now we need to incentivize people to go back to work, and that has a lot to do with what these 5 options talk about for what the White House is thinking in a second stimulus package. Now let's get into the 5 options that the White House is currently discussing. The Wall Street Journal, in an article called "The White House Weighs Options for the Next Stimulus Bill," discusses 5 different options that the White House has been talking about for the second stimulus package. So we're just going to go right into these. And the first option that White House officials have been talking about is reducing the unemployment benefits, the enhanced unemployment benefits, from $600 per week to $250 to $300 per week for the second half of the year. So they want to make these go through the second half of the year. Currently, the enhanced unemployment benefits end at July 31st. They will be over and there will be no more $600 per week. But what White House officials are talking about is $250 to $300 per week, which is significantly less than what they're currently doing. A lot of Republicans in the Senate are worried that this is incentivizing workers to stay at home. And because it's $600 per week, a lot of them are making more than they would at home, not working, than they would if they returned to work. And then on the other hand of this, Democrats have been pushing for these enhanced unemployment benefits because they say that if businesses don't rebound quickly, the payments will keep millions of workers afloat until the economy improves and people are able to return to their jobs. So this proposal by the White House officials sort of answers both the Republicans and the Democrats' concerns, because by cutting the enhanced unemployment benefits in half, it doesn't incentivize people to stay at home as much and it encourages people to go back to work, but at the same time it answers the Democrats' concern, which is that it'll still be providing weekly payments to people who don't have a job. The second option that the White House officials have been talking about is to set these weekly payments as a share of the workers' salaries, ensuring they earn more than 30 to 40% most would ordinarily receive in their weekly jobless benefits. So by doing this, they're saying that on top of weekly salaries, they would set as a share of these weekly salaries more payments on top of this to encourage people to go back to work. However, a lot of officials said that this would be very difficult to implement. A lot of states have already been struggling getting out the $600 per week payment on top of unemployment benefits, and a lot of states are also struggling just to get out regular unemployment benefits in general because there are so many people who have filed for benefits. So adding another element to this on top of everything by calculating a share of a worker's salaries, a lot of people are simply saying that this would be too complicated to implement and would add too much work for state and local governments in order to calculate how much each person would need to receive. Moving on, the third and fourth options are very similar, so I'm just going to talk about them together. The third option is that the administration is discussing a tourism tax deduction, and the fourth option is that the administration is talking about a tourism tax credit for individuals who take a vacation somewhere in the US within the next 3 to 6 months. So basically, options 3 and 4 don't help out the majority of Americans, and President Trump and White House has been getting a lot of pushback for these types of packages and proposals that they've been talking about. President Trump has pushed for a payroll tax cut, a capital gains tax cut, and all of these proposals have gotten a lot of criticism from majority of Americans because they simply don't help out the people who need stimulus payments. With these travel tax credits and tax deductions, they're encouraging people to take vacations, but that only benefits wealthy people who have enough money to take vacations. Most people don't have enough money to spend on taking a vacation, especially right now. So this option probably won't go through, and it's just something that they are talking about. And last up, before we get into number 5 and the last option that the White House administration has been discussing, I want to just let everyone know and remind everyone that in order for any stimulus package to pass, we need the House, the Senate, and the president to sign off on it. So while the president is discussing these 5 options, and while White House administration officials have been talking about these, in order for something to be passed, it has to be proposed by the House or the Senate, and it needs to be passed by all 3 groups, the House, the Senate, and the president. So just keep in mind, while White House officials are talking about these 5 options, they're ultimately the last person who signs the bill. While what they are talking about may influence what the Republicans in the Senate propose in the next stimulus package, it's not going to be what is ultimately passed, because remember, the president is going to be the last person who signs off. And in order for some stimulus package to pass, we need the House, the Senate, and the president to sign off on it. Now let's get into number 5, which is the last option that the White House has been talking about, and that Trump's economic advisors have been encouraging companies to do business in the US, and they're trying to figure out a way to incentivize this. So what they are talking about is making permanent provisions that are set to begin phasing out in 2022 that allow companies to deduct the cost of capital spending, including reallocating business expenses from China and other countries into the US. So basically, they're giving companies the option to take tax deductions if they do business inside of the US versus doing business in other countries. They're trying to help stimulate the economy, get more business, more jobs created in the US, and I think that this is a viable option, and this could help create more jobs in the US. So anyways, those are the 5 options that the White House administration officials are currently talking about for a second stimulus package. I know that you guys are thinking this doesn't include any direct stimulus payments, and it doesn't. However, the Senate and the House are going to be the ones who propose a second stimulus package, and they are definitely going to be proposing a direct stimulus payment. The Democrats have outwardly showed that they want more direct stimulus payments, and Mitch McConnell says that this second stimulus package is going to be narrowly focused on giving more direct stimulus payments, more money to the people who need it. So we are definitely going to see a direct stimulus payment if a second stimulus package is passed, but that is what the White House officials are currently talking about. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and the 3 stocks that you need to mention to be eligible for today's giveaway are Costco, Lululemon, and Johnson & Johnson. I mentioned these stocks in my video earlier today, but if you want to be eligible for the giveaway, please be sure to like the video, be subscribed, and comment down below those 3 stocks I just mentioned. I'll be announcing the winner in tomorrow's video, so just keep an eye out for that. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you sign up for the Webull investing app, 1 free stock when you sign up for Robinhood. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.